When everyone heard this, they waved their hands quickly. Chin Gang reverently said, "What kind of status is Mr. Wade? We should serve respectfully and not break the rules." Solomon White also followed. "Mr. Wade, as the Supreme Master of Nongguang, is kind to me and waits for me. Let alone wait for a while, even if we wait for a day, we won't say anything." Tianqi couldn't help but put his hand over and said, "Mr. Wade is unparalleled in medical skills, but anyone in Orus Hill will admire him as long as he knows Mr. Wade's superb skills." Seeing this, Charlie nodded helplessly and said, "Okay, let's not stand at the door, let's go in first." Warnya smiled softly, "Mr. Wade, please first." Charlie didn't refuse and walked in the forefront. The other big brothers followed Charlie in turn, falling half of their body distance, not dare to increase it. Entering the diamond box of Classic Mansion, the dishes in the elegant room are ready and the table is full of delicacies. Charlie didn't invite many people, but they were all important figures in Orus Hill City. All of them were bigwigs. If they were seen by outsiders, they would definitely be shocked. As the owner of Classic Mansion, Orville said in a respectful tone, "Mr. Wade, I heard that you are going to treat guests at Classic Mansion. So, I specially set up this table of dishes. The dishes are higher than the general diamond box specifications. There is more than one grade, and the wine is also a century-old Motai-aged wine that was specially delivered by air from Guizhou overnight. I hope you will be satisfied." Although Orville knew Charlie's abilities a long time ago, the many bigwigs who came today completely shocked him. Warnya, the eldest lady of the Song family, Chin Gang and daughter of the Chin family, Solomon White, the head of the White family, and the genius Dr. Tianqi. There is a single pick from here. They are all important figures in Orus Hill, but in front of Charlie, they are like harmless little sheep. Therefore, people like Orville who are mixed with society are even more inferior. "Come to the table." With so many bigwigs gathered together, Orville didn't dare to speak loudly at all. Even in his territory, when he entered the private room, he could only behave like a pug, wagging his tail in front of Charlie, hoping that he could take a look at himself. Seeing that Orville was so careful, Charlie smiled at him, nodded, and said, "Mr. Orville, you are interesting." Orville heard Charlie's words and said with excitement, "It is my honor to be able to do things for Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade, please come to your seat." Charlie nodded slightly and sat down in the position of Master Wade. Then Orville said respectfully, "Mr. Wade has any instructions, just call me, I will be at the door." After all, he carefully exited the box and guarded the door of the diamond box like a waiter. Mr. Orville is also the king of Orus Hill Underground. But at this time, he was just a gangster who couldn't get on the stage. Each of these big men who ate with Charlie was much better than himself. In his capacity, he was not qualified to go directly to the table. It was already 3 lives fortunate to be able to talk to Charlie. As soon as Charlie sat down on the main seat, Warnya followed closely and directly sat in Charlie's right seat. The two were close to each other, only half a distance away. Charlie could even smell the faint fragrance of Warnya's body. According to the rules at the dinner table, the most distinguished person is the main seat, and the next level person is on both sides of the VIP guests. Among them, the Song family is the strongest. As the representative of the Song family, Warnya naturally wants to sit with Charlie. Therefore, at this time, whoever could sit on the other side of Charlie became the object of other people's intentions to fight. Chin Gang pushed Aoshui at this time and smiled and said to Charlie, "Mr. Wade, you are a person with great magical powers. My daughter Aoshui has admired you for a long time and has always regarded you as an idol in her heart. Why not let her sit too? Next to you, serving you tea and pouring wine, what do you think?" As soon as she said this, Warnya raised her pretty brows, and the expressions in Chin Gang's eyes were quite meaningful. But Solomon White cursed secretly in his heart. What AFC king shame that old dog Chin wanted to use his daughter to get closer to Mr. Wade. The main reason why Solomon White gritted his teeth in his heart is mainly that he has no daughters. He secretly thought, if Solomon White, my daughter, will come out frantically when I get you Chin Gang. At this time, Aoshui was flushed and embarrassed in her heart. Although she also liked Mr. Wade, her father had already said that she should seize the opportunity, but in front of a group of people, it was too shameful. However, although she was embarrassed, Aushue was not the kind of twisted person, and she simply said openly, "Mr. Wade, please give Aushue a chance to serve." Charlie was taken aback when he heard the words, and said lightly, "Since you have this heart, just sit next to me." Aushue was overjoyed and hurriedly bowed to thank him, and then sat next to Charlie. Tianqi's eyes were very envious. In fact, he also wanted his granddaughter to sit next to Mr. Wade. However, Aushue was the first step, and the first step forward without removing this face for a while. Tianqi did not dare to think about making Jovia the woman of Mr. Wade. But if Jovia could be favored by Mr. Wade and accepted as a maid, that would be the blessing of cultivation in 8 lifetimes.